No brains, like, no brains at all. Literally no brains. Hello and welcome to another episode of Frogs Hollow TV, brought to you once again by our great partners at TC Media and Rose and Sons Earth Moving, again from our Frogs Hollow studios here in downtown Waikerie. It's been a wet day, boys, but we're back on set for another big show.
She's been wetter right today, Tom. We've had 35, 38 mil of rain. It's been great.
Yeah.
Too wet for work today?
Oh yeah, just been the shed.
Just stubbies.
Drinking stubbies.
So, unfortunately, lads, once again, COVID's bit us in 2021 for a few races. We don't want to get too down about it. Obviously, Hillston was postponed. The Kempsey 300 was called off after one day. We've also had Love Day being postponed to the end till September. So, yeah, things are obviously the winter months here in Australia, but things aren't looking as rosy as they were a few weeks ago. We've just got to stay positive that hopefully we'll get some more racing on the East Coast coming up.
Yeah, let's hope so, Toby. Like, we've got Moranbah coming up as far as our state stuff goes. Not being said, we've got our own race as well. I know our own race as well, but mate, the COVID and everything, like
Wet weather too.
yeah, wet weather's going to play a big part, especially up here at the moment. Like, we're getting rain every Thursday.
Going to win, that was
yeah,
the reason now into November. So
yeah, not good.
fingers crossed. So now on to tonight's show. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet tonight. The COVID show, we'll call it. Firstly, we'll review the Kempsey 300 and the Guidolin Carpentry 200, which is at Port Germain last weekend. We'll also catch up with some latest news from around the tracks. Back to an old favourite segment, the Frogs Hollow TV trivia part, which will be very entertaining later in the show, so don't go anywhere there. Before previewing next weekend's new Waikerie 300 in South Australia and the Moranbah short course race in North Queensland, which from yesterday I'll be going and Derek's going as well, so stay here for that space.
Derek thinks he's going.
Yeah, at this stage Derek's going. It's got a long week ahead of him. Once again, a massive shout out to our contributors, support by our amazing support from you guys. For this episode, special thanks to Brett Lehman from South Australia, from your stuff from Port Germain, to Corey Orridge from Show and Go Photography, and Gears and Wheels Photography also from the Kempsey 300. Awesome footage there and some nice clips, and also a little bonus clip at the end of the show from Shane Hutt and the OBR team, some more in-car footage of Bo.
Oh, yeah.
Always entertaining to watch.
Is that the final 10k run? Is that the...
Yeah, so we'll get some cool footage there. So straight into our review show, and it's the Jim Anderson Earth Moving Kempsey 300, round 2 of the 2021 Motorsport Australia New South Wales Championship, and I was the only one that tips, Bizzo.
Yeah.
He got the win, a shortened race, but it's on the board.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, mate, he was leading it, and well deserved win. Pity they didn't have to run the Sunday, but I'll tell you what, let's hope next year he brings it on. He's got that car nearly sorted,
And he wasn't without drama. Had a drama in the prologue and missed the top 10 because of power steering issues. So.
Yeah, it was third in the prologue and then missed the top 10, so the odds were against him there, driving the first. Incredible finish there. Obviously the Kempsey club had to report short on the Saturday night from COVID regulations. Phil Lovett was first outright in the prologue. Apparently he came in with a no rear diff, so no four-wheel drive. So to finish,
front wheel drive.
So to finish second outright, only a minute behind. A big drive from Phil. He's found his groove.
Big drive.
Then we had third outright was Tommy Dixon again, same as round 1 at Don Dingalong, Derek. So he's got that Jimco worked out. And
I'll tell you what,
25 seconds.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, when he gets that he'll be impressive at Moranbah, because Moranbah is one of them free-flowing tracks that are pretty good. And then if he comes more early, look out.
Hard to bet he'll get going again. Also, fourth outright, his best finish to date was Benjamin Scott in the Jimco there from Kempsey, first local home. And fifth outright was Gary Taylor, the Queenslander, coming down there and had a run in the Can-Am for second of the Can-Am's home. Scotty McNeil was home in 7th. Brendan Turner, one of the local guys, 10th.
Yeah.
I was talking to him during the week. He was positioned there in 10th, but he obviously both know yourself said he won it in 2015. 12 laps of that Kempsey course on the Sunday, it's the Saturday's really
Yeah,
irrelevant.
he could have moved up.
Yeah, who knows where they could
Yeah.
have finished, but that's the world we live in at the moment. And Steve Graham, he was well in the mix before losing power steering there.
Yeah, he nearly would have been my tip to win it if I knew he was nominated.
Yeah,
before
he
the
was a
show.
last minute entry, him and Glenn
Yeah.
Towers. I think Glenn finished 6th, so
Yeah.
good to see Glenn Towers back out on the track in the Brantford. So now on to our second review. It was the Guidolin Carpentry Port Germain 200 last weekend, round 2 of the South Australian Off-Road Racing Association Series down there. And well, actually Sam's pick got up, Daryl Nissen. My man Matty Curtis led. We had overheating issues Sunday morning, but it was the veteran Daryl Nissen and Andrew Harness in their Saw Prolog. They got a pretty comfortable win there in the end.
You know, he's very quick in that
Yeah.
car, mate. And he's always there and thereabouts. Like he would have been in the top 3 all weekend,
Yeah.
so he wasn't far from the pace. So
It was pretty damp down there too. I think they had 20 mils overnight, so there was absolutely zero dust on the Sunday. And
that country down there doesn't normally produce a lot of dust anyway.
Yeah, so it's pretty good, that saltbush landscape down there. Chris Johnson, I know these guys, they battle over the years, both veterans of the South Australian circuit. Him and Colin Johnson slotted in the 2nd place, about 5.5 minutes behind Nissen. And then the first of the sports light, Shane Waters and Scotty Watson come home in 3rd. Brendan Galash was the first of the pro class in 4th, while Chris Pickett, the hard-charging Mitsubishi Triton, was home in 5th. So now on the news from around the track, and once we sort of mentioned it before, Derek, we had so big high ambitions down there at Hillston to get in there and run a muck at Hillston with some interviews and pub life down there, but we unfortunately didn't make it. It was caught off because of the wet weather. There's just no chance they could have a road race. But
and they've swapped dates with Gundawindi. So fingers crossed they can race Hillston, Griffith. Okay. At the moment, it's probably worth for Gundawindi because I tell you the melon holes up there are full. And November, I know it's going to be hot at the end of the day.
it used to be in November.
It did. And I'll tell you, you're dead right, Sam. They're going to need it to get the melon holes dry.
Yeah.
so fingers crossed the ARB series can get the Hillston in.
I'm quite happy it's in November.
Yeah.
August didn't suit me, so
You'll be
Yeah,
right.
so you-
Top
Look
5
out.
coming up
Top
again
five.
at Gundy. So there's ARB series, and today the Loveday 400. Phil again for the Loveday Motorsport Park team there. Tony Waitley, I know he does it all on his own back. He's the management team himself and gets people in to run the event for him. It's been postponed to the week after Waikerie in September. So once again, bad news, but they'll do everything they can to pull it off in September, and fingers crossed things will settle down.
And they will. And at the end of the day, if everyone starts doing the right thing by the COVID thing, we all go racing. Not just that, all around the board.
And one of our races we've been to the last couple of years, the Zoom's Cup at Inglewood, it's also got postponed. I believe it's the same weekend at Hillston, the 14th and 15th of August. So it's always great to see that event run. And then round 3, the New South Wales Championships are due at the end of the month in Milberdale. Sam, you've been second there before. Derek, you've had multiple top 10 finishes. One of the pinnacle races in New South Wales. So fingers crossed. Very close to Sydney, so that's always in the back of their minds. But if Marion Baxter and the Headleys down there can run it, they'll do everything they can.
Yeah, if they can control the COVID and do what they're doing, mate. Definitely between Marion and the Headleys and not even mate, the whole team down there, they're pretty strict.
We need
and
Milberdale.
it'll come down to the crowd thing. You can't have crowds. It's pretty.
Makes it.
It makes
Pretty
it
hard to have a race, especially in Moranbah. Like that's what it's built of, mate. They get spectators there.
Yeah, for sure. Massive event.
Yeah.
So now we'll move on to our exciting segment. It's the Frogs Hollow TV Trivia, brought to you by TC Media as a sponsor, where Derek will take on Sam in a battle of the off-road minds. So we'll start off here. So we'll start off with Sam, and I'll go to Derek, and we'll just ask vice versa. Firstly, Sam, who claimed the 2006 Milberdale Mountain Classic? Was it A, Jeff Thomas, B, Matthew Martin, or C, Scotty McNeil?
I'm gonna go see Scotty McNeil.
Derek?
I thought it was Jeff Thomas, but it was the year before. No, it might have been Scott Manel.
Scotty McNeil? So the answer was Scotty McNeil, a 21-second victory over Anthony Lee and Matty
In the
Martin in
class
3rd. In the class 2.
It was in the class too.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
right.
1-1 on the board. Second question, 2012 Milberdale Mountain Classic. Wheelie finished in 7th outright, second in class. But the question is, did Derek finish behind Scotty McNeil or in front? 2007, I'll go Derek first.
You can give me
2012.
pre-warned about that.
2012.
2012.
Did you finish in front or behind Scotty McNeil?
In front of
7th?
him.
I'm going to go behind.
Or it was in front.
Ooh.
Scotty McNeil come home in 10th and Adam Barnacle got the class win in
He
second
did too.
outright
He did too.
on Matty
Yeah.
Martin. So 2-1, Derek Rose takes the lead. Sam, you're up first. Question 3. Who claimed the inaugural Newmans Excavation 100 at Moranbah last September? Was it A. Clayton Chapman, B. Kai Floyd, or C. Talbot Cox?
I'm going to go A.
Clayton
Clayton Chapman.
It was Clayton. It was. Actually, it
It
was
was
Clayton.
A. Clayton
I
Chapman.
ain't talking about it up there.
Braden Misford come home in second and Talbot Cox in third. So that gives me a 3-2 to Derek. Who am I? Question 4. I have a thick title to my name. I won an AORC event in my second start in my new vehicle, and I was the winner of the last Waikerie Enduro back in 2018. Was it A. Jack Rhodes, B. Greg Gartner, or C. Brad Gallard? Derek? Who am I?
Was it Brad Gallard?
You on Brad Gallard?
I think that's wrong, but yeah, no, I'll go Brad.
No one?
I'm going Jack.
Jack, it was actually Greg Gartner.
Oh,
B.
both wrong.
Yeah. They won the
Jeez.
Think. Greg Gartner won his second start at the Rainbow Enduro in the new
Yep.
truck, and then he was the last winner of Waikerie in 2018. So it was still 3-2, Derek, against the odds, hold the lead. Question 5. In what year and what event did car 188 Sam Egan pass Derek Rose 4 times in the one race? Was it 2017 Moriota, 2016 Nabiac, or the 2017 Milbradale? Go with Sam.
2016 Nabiac.
Matter of fact, it was.
So it's true.
Kick me ass.
It was the 2016 Nabiac. Sam Egan overpassed Derek 4 times in the one
Yeah,
race.
did too. And made sure to give me that all the way through
So that
too.
keeps you in the lead, Derek. 4-3. Question 6. In 2010, Bill Coote won the Colo Park Off-Road Challenge. Derek, you won the event in 2014. Who finished second to both you in both years? Was it A. David Nikiforov, B. Warren Hines, or C. Philip Page?
Phil Page.
Phil
Yeah.
Page.
It was actually B. Warren Hines in the
Whoa,
bar.
in the bar. Yeah, sorry.
You
You
beat
too.
him by 15 seconds.
Yeah. And Bill done the
beat him.
same.
Yeah, Bill done him too.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Shit, he did
You obviously
too.
don't check your mirrors
No,
there, Derek.
well, I
Don't
don't.
worry about Pagey.
So, question 7. How many former lovers has Derek had to navigate him for in his years of off-road racing? Was it A, 2, B, 3, or C, 5? I'll start with Sam.
Mate, Derek's had a few lovers, so I'm going to go C5.
Hey, you could have pre-ordered this.
Derek, you got anything else?
5?
5. And it is 5. There for Derek, ex-navigators. So it's 5-4 going into question number 8. Who is not a multiple winner of the Waikerie Enduro? Is it A. Aaron Habe, B. Jack Rhodes, or C. Shannon Wrench? Derek, who is not a multiple winner?
A multiple winner?
So who hasn't won it more than once? Waikerie Enduro. Habe, Rhodes, or Wrench?
Hayden.
Wrench.
Sam gets it. So Aaron Habe won it 3 times, 11, 12, 13. And Rhodes actually won 4 times. I think it was 14, 15, 16, 17. So 4-all going into the final 2 questions.
Bugger you, Sam.
Number 9, incredibly, how many times has one of our favourites of the show, ORC Production 4-wheel drive champion Jeff Pickering's claimed the title in Australia? Is it A, 11, B, 13, or C, 14, Derek?
14.
He's won 15 Finks, so I'm going to go 14 too.
And you're both on, that's well done. You're both on the mark. Jeff Pickering has won 14 Australian
has,
Productions
14,
four-wheel
yeah.
drive champions, and he's just about to win his 15th this year.
Good on him,
too.
too.
Good on him.
Good on him.
And last question to wrap it all up. It's 5-all, so I think we've got joint champions. But the last question: who is going to take bragging rights at the 2021 Warrior 200? A. Joshua Rose, B. Derek Rose, or C. Sam Egan? Derek, I'll start with you.
Out of the 3 of us,
Out of the 3,
I'm putting myself down here. Sam Egan.
Sam Egan.
Yeah, he's got the no, he's got the car.
But you can't back yourself, and I'm going to have to, I think. With Derek's record and
Oh, go for it, yeah.
I think I'll have JJ's measure, so I'll go with myself.
Alright, so the scores ended up 6-all, so you've done pretty well. 6 out of 10 is not a bad effort. That's a great part of the show, and hopefully we'll be back next episode for another Frogs Hollow trivia. 6-all. So now into our preview segment for the episode. And first up next weekend is the new Riverland 300 in Waikerie, round 3 of the 2021 South Australian Off-Road Racing Association Multi-Club Series. And Derek, after a 2-year hiatus due to drought and COVID preventing the race from going ahead, the Waikerie Club ended next weekend with a new track, new event name, and a brand new location at Newwell Station, southwest of Waikerie. And great to see events get back on their feet after losing a track.
And as Sam, like both of us agree, or three of us agree, and all our viewers, the COVID's knocking us around. Like we're going from drought to bushfire.
Drought knocked this race to start with, but it's been in 40 years, I think. 40 years straight,
This is the 41st edition of Waikerie, so
yeah, and it's hard, and to everybody that's actually putting this event together, I wish them all the best, and I'll tell you what I hope, and I'll tell you what I hope they have an absolute bloody ball, because
got some good names going too.
And we do. We need.
So
Australia sport need this.
Yeah, you've had a look at the entry list, like 2011, 12, 13 champion Aaron Havey. You see Glenn Owen there, Tyler Owen, the young, which is Glenn's nephew. He won the race, the Pines, back in 2017. So when you win a race like that, you got to have a bit of hope there. Also, as I said, Andrew Fitzgerald, Carl Havey's back in the Element Machine. Andrew Murdoch's quick, Toddy Lehman's quick. Then you've got former Port Germain champion Daryl Nissen, also looking for consecutive victories down there in South Australia. Who you got your money on heading into Waikerie next weekend?
Probably Aaron and Carl Havey.
Yeah, one of them.
One of them.
Yeah.
Mate, if they can keep the cars together and do, mate, you won't. They've got it set, and they're quick.
Sam,
we're going to go away from Daryl Nissen this week, mate. I'm going to go to Glennie Owen.
Yeah, a bit more depth in this one.
Yeah, I just think that
I like when I put money on, because
he'll match Aaron and Carl.
Yeah, he'll definitely match them.
And the only thing that's slightly advantage probably for Havey is he's done a lot more races in the last 3 or 4 years. But at the end of the day, I don't know how much really.
Yeah, when you pull the helmet on, you lose all that shit. You go like an idiot. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Past Fink champion, you can't beat Glenn Owen. I'm with you, Derek. I couldn't go past Aaron. Like, it's a 300-kilometre race, so it's a big day on Sunday. I think they do 8 laps on Sunday. I think they're only doing 2 on Saturday and 8 on. So it's a massive day Sunday. So all the best down there for them. And then also next weekend is the Newmans Excavation 100 in Moranbah, round 3 of the North Queensland Off-Road Racing Championship, and round 5 of the 2021 ARB Queensland Championship. And Derek, I've actually been called up by the president and the organiser, Michael Misses, to commentate, and I believe you've found a bit of love there from your week in Gympie, and you're going to track up and
me and Michael have to have a few words when I get up there, because he's pinched me to have a go.
It's only a short course, you'll be able to do it yourself.
I'm going to do it myself.
Looks fun though, the track, and
it looks fun.
Massive crowd, but they reckon they get 1,000 people out there over the weekend.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I'm in the car by myself as a different story, I don't have to care of anyone. And I'll tell you what, she's
look
on.
Out.
Look out.
So you're going to...
Are you painted red?
No, I'm going to paint it red, but I'll tell you what the colour
Chapman's
is.
colour.
Do you want to wear Chapman's red?
No, she's still white and blue.
White and blue.
White and blue.
So, Sam, pretty good field up there. We saw Kempsey in the Bay, recent Gladstone and Dolby champion Kai Floyd. I mean, looking at the times from last year, Misford was second, so the side-by-side turbo is going to be quick again.
Yeah.
It's that sort of windy,
short course,
8-kilometre track, and you got a selection for the weekend.
Mate, I'm going to go Tony Flower, but I reckon Kai Floyd will take some beating.
Kai Floyd, yeah.
But
So do I.
I'm going to stick with Tony in the pro light.
Good to see Tony back. We mentioned him at Hillston. He actually pulled out at Hillston. I don't think they were quite ready. So
yeah, they had that car when I was last at Gympie up there on the dyno and sorting some stuff out to it. Yeah, no, Tony's very quick.
Yeah, he'll be one to watch for sure.
Yeah.
As I said, Comiskey's there. You got the Element car of Kent Battle, who was 14th at Fink. You can't rule a bloke out like him.
Oh, geez, no.
And you got young Stuart Chapman in the little Chenworth. He was quick at Derby. It was a sort of race like that. As you said, by yourself, Derek, a little bit of fear goes out the window. But
fear goes out the window, mate. And like I said, we're halfway there in the car. Find out on Wednesday whether it's right to go or not. And if it's right to go, well,
go up.
Get in the ute
And also seeing James Sant and your man Craig Grogg in the Razor. They're both in Razorback, so they'll be thereabouts for the weekend.
Yeah.
I think it's about 120 kilometres. And Michael Marson in his junior grasshopper will be there in the class 10 machine, so he'll be thereabouts. And Comiskey also. And he also got the Can-Ams, Ryan Jones, Kyle Camillara, and Bailey Coxon, who was consecutive runner-up finishes to Clive Floyd there at the last couple of Queensland races. So also next weekend, Derek, while we're up at Moranbah for the Newmans Excavation 100, which we're looking forward to. They've actually got a new class for the future, it's called Future Champions, which involves kids between the age of 10 and 13, both girls and boys. And on the list next weekend's Lincoln Taylor, which is the late Nev Taylor's grandson and Clayton's son. So he's got a little Polaris, but you know yourself, you've been around for years. It's to get into the sport that early and have the chance to race with your idols it's a massive thing Queensland are doing up there in Astor and
Mate, it's a imagine having that when I was young, like be able to hop in and do that when you're a kid, when you look at all your idols over the years.
And you get in the car,
and then get a car and go to the same track.
10, 11-year-old, that's great to see.
That's great to see, and I'll tell you what, that's a big thing coming from up there. Massive.
Talking to Michael Misford yesterday, and obviously ASA, which is the government body right behind it. And so looking forward to that. I think I got 3 or 4 this weekend. I had a few at Dalby, and I just think it's something that will evolve. And once the kids get into it, the fathers might grab a toy too, so it's only going to increase the numbers.
Well, it does. It just, everyone goes on with the family, cousins. It just goes down the track, mates, and away you go. Have a good time.
So next weekend, you're heading up Wednesday and head up on Friday and get on the mic. TC Media will be at the Moranbah 100. Looking forward
Rose and Sons will be there, but without Toby beside me in the car.
Looking forward to running amok in Moranbah. So that's about all we have time for on tonight's show. Bit of a COVID nightmare again, but we'll try to get up to Queensland for a race next weekend. We'll try to catch up with a few of the drivers and maybe get a bit silly with a couple and a bit of footage. But for the next episode,
silly.
but Sam, you're obviously on hopefully for Melbourne. Hopefully, fingers crossed for Melbourne. It's only 3 weeks away, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, so car's got to go back up to Cootie and get a few little things done, mate, but not much, and then it's pretty much prepped, ready to go. So
fingers crossed for Melbourne. So that's episode 6. Stay safe, everyone. Do the right thing. Enjoy your weekend. And here's to episode 6.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.